Hello and welcome back to the another episode of Daily Quiz for UPSC Prelims 2025. It is 15th July today and we are going to discuss at least 10 questions. A few of them are related to the current affairs which we had already discussed in the day session, so that it will help you to revise them in a proper way, and it will help you in framing the idea how those concepts could be asked in the exam. And also we discussed some questions from the previous year question paper, so that it will give you the brief idea how the paper looks in the exam. And by solving those questions by heart, and studying them well, studying the options given there well, it would definitely help you in eliminating many options in the upcoming exam. you know if you would stay with me from the beginning of this session, until your next exam, trust me, it will definitely clear most of your concepts related to the current affairs. And who knows, many such questions could be asked which we had already discussed. Now, without any delay, let's start our first question. We discussed at least 8 topics during our current affairs session. In one of the topic was related to the artifacts. How मतलब कि how in during the how during the history, in past, how the people used to write, and they used to write on the animal skin, and how that would help the historians to trace the the history in a better way, to understand the history in a better way. So with that regard, we have the first question. Here it says, what is the term for the layering of historical artifacts, texts, or structures where older layers are modified or partially erased to create a new whole? So is it the palimpsest? Is it archetype? Is it artifact? Or is it heritage? It is definitely, the correct answer for this is definitely the palimpsest. We discussed about it. We saw how the animal skin was untanned animal skin was used for writing. That was very precious for them, and they used to erase that. But that underwritten used to stay there because they could not erase that properly. And that underwritten मतलब कि लिख उसके ऊपर जो लिखाई जाती थी, फिर वो नीचे से भी वो वहीं पे रहता था. That would definitely help the historians to trace the history and to understand what were the changes happening in that time. So for question number 1, it is the palimpsest, which is the correct option for the question number 1. Now coming to the question number 2, here it asks, which of the following is a key features of the Consumer Protection Act 2019 in India? So we should know the correct option for that. Is it the establishment of a national regulatory authority to monitor consumer affairs? No, it was not the primary feature of it. Key feature of it. Is it introduction of centralized complaint registration? I don't think it is. Is it the provisions for product liability and compensation for consumers? Let's keep it here. Is it exemption of e-commerce platforms from consumer protection law? The option D is the very extreme option, so we can easily mark it incorrect. For the question number 2, it is the option C, which is provisions for product reliability and compensation for consumers, which is the correct option, which is the key feature of the Consumer Protection Act 2019. We discussed this topic with in relation to the new amendments brought in the metrology rules of 2011. So we discussed many things there. I hope if you had not watched that video, please go through that. That is very informative for you and may help you in your exam. Now coming to the question number 3, here it asks, which of the following states has launched an initiative to promote the conservation of native seeds through the seed festival? We discussed about it. And what do you think? What is the correct option? Is it the Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, or Rajasthan, or all of the above? For this, the correct option is all of the above, because the tribal population of these states, they have the knowledge of the seed, indigenous seed cultivation, and they know the knowledge they possess that can help the agriculturist right now to to sow the seeds which could be free from drought and other environmental जो problems आती है इस seed को, free from drought and all that stuff which can harm the cultivation or which can harm the production. So for this seed festival, the correct option is D, which is all of the above. Now, coming to the question number 4, let's see what does it say. What the question says? What was the primary significance of the southern Silk Route, which connected northeast India with Southeast Asia and China? We discussed about it. It connected it through the Myanmar. So, what was the primary significance of it? It was a major trade route for spices and textiles. Yeah, it was the major trade route for spices and textiles. Option B, it was an important center for Buddhist learning and culture. No, it was not important, but separate of money ideas led to this, but मतलब कि Buddhism के ideas या Hinduism cultural separate went through this, but it was not the primary object significance of that. Well, it was a key route for the separate of Islam in Southeast Asia. थोड़ा सा था लेकिन not that much. D, it was a major hub for maritime trade in Indian Ocean. It is totally incorrect. So for the question number D, the correct option would be option A. It was a major trade route for spices and textiles. This southern Silk Route, it goes from northeast to China. It connects northeast of India to China through the Myanmar. Now coming to the question number 5, here it asks about the Jagannath temple in Puri. We discussed about it in detail. So let us see what does it ask. What is the name of famous festival associated with the Jagannath temple in Puri, Orissa? So what is the name of that famous festival? Is it the Rath Yatra? Is it Durga Puja? Is it Ganesh Chaturthi? Or is it Navaratri? It is for the question number 5. It is definitely the Rath Yatra, which is also called as Chariot Festival. So for question number 5, the correct option is Rath Yatra. It is famous. This is the famous festival associated with the Jagannath temple in Puri. Now coming to the previous year questions, let's see what does they ask here. Question number 6, the Jain philosophy holds that the world is created and maintained by, is it universal law? No. Is it universal truth? No. Is it universal faith? Not at all. Is it universal soul? 100% it is universal soul. So for the question number 6, the Jain philosophy holds that the world is created and maintained by universal soul. Now coming to the question number 7, it says regarding IVC, consider the following statements. Indus Valley civilization, there are few statements regarding them, so we have to see whether they are correct or not. Statement 1, it says it was a predominantly a secular civilization and the religious element through present did not dominate the scene. 100% true, it was the secular civilization. B, during this period cotton was used for manufacturing textiles in India. Yes, we had seen many evidences of cotton cultivation, and we had seen the manufacturing of textiles also. So option B is also true. So for the question number 7, both the options are true. Now coming to the question number 8, it says the Dharma and Rita depict a central idea of ancient Vedic civilization of India. In this context, consider the following. First, Dharma was a conception of obligation and of the discharge of one's duties to oneself and to others. 100% true. Option B, Rita was a fundamental moral law governing the functioning of the universe and all it contained. 100% true. So for question number 8, both the statements are correct. Coming to the question number 9, let's see what does it ask. It says with the reference to the scientific progress of ancient India, which of the following statements are correct? So मतलब कि एंशंट इंडिया में जो साइंटिफिक प्रोग्रेस होती थी उस रिगार्डिंग कौन से चीज स्टेटमेंट्स हियर आर करेक्ट. Statement A, it says different kinds of specialized surgical instruments were in common use by 1st century AD. 100% true. Statement B, transplant of internal organs in the human body had begun by beginning of 3rd century. It is incorrect. Statement C, the concept of the sign of an angle was known in 5th century AD. 100% true. And statement D, the concept of cyclic quadrilaterals was known in 7th century AD. 100% true. So for the question number 9, A, C and D are the correct options. So A, C and D are correct with regarding to the scientific progress of ancient India. Now coming to the question number 10, it asks here which of the following are common in both Buddhism and Jainism. A, indifference to the authority of Vedas. Yes, they are both. It is common to the both Buddhism and Jainism. B, denial of efficacy of rituals. It is in both in Buddhism and Jainism. C. Avoidance of extremities, opinions, and enjoyment. No, it is not common in Buddhism and Jainism. So for question number 10, A and B are the correct options which are common to both Buddhism and Jainism. So with this, we conclude today's discussion. So please guys, do subscribe to this channel and share these videos with your friends. When you subscribe, it gives me the motivation to make more such videos and try to help you in preparing for your exam. Thank you very much. Thank you for staying with me.